This is Renee Watts with Management 286899 for Professor Turner's class. My report will be the forgotten part of the military, the dependents. The United States has one of the strongest militaries in the world. The United States military is one of the best known organizations in our country. Thousands of people enlist every single day, and even more go in through ROTC, which is through the colleges, which means when they come out they'll become an officer, one of our highest regarded people in the military. They're the people in charge of when people get deployed, the ranking leaders. They're one of the most important aspects the military has. The facts are that a lot of people don't know a lot about our military. They don't really know what goes into it. All that we have is the patriotic idea that we're all connected. This can mean whether that's someone's son, daughter, granddaughter, niece, third cousin, that we're all together. We're all connected in one military. But that is a real reality for a lot of people, and those are the dependents. The dependents can be the mother, the child, the father, the husband. It can even sometimes just be that adopted, niece that gets brought into the family. These people are the hidden soldiers of our military, and they're one of the most important parts the military has. They are even connected to our soldiers in a way that a lot of civilians do not understand. A soldier's pay and even his chances of promotion can reflect greatly on his dependents. A dependent is one of the vital parts that the military has. It's the part that shows that soldiers are happier, more likely to be promoted, have longer careers in our military, and even survival rates have increased if someone has a lot of dependents back home. With dependents, there are two sides of who they are, the civilian and the military. And often both sides are left with a lot of questions. People who have never been a dependent or have never had affection with the military often do not know what that means. So let me tell you, a dependent is the spouse or a child of somebody in the military. They are the hidden soldiers that stand behind our own. They are the people that communication with our soldiers about events that happen back home. A lot of soldiers do not know what goes on in their own country when they're overseas. They're also the ones who keep everything grounded, because a soldier distracted, the soldier that often gets killed. And that is the dependent's job, to make sure that soldier does not feel those strains. The military in the beginning did not have a lot of support for their dependents. There was no programs, no health care, no child care, nothing at all. In the 18th century, the military started implementing schools into the community, and then started having larger housing units that would allow more people to be able to live there. Families got bigger, communities got stronger, all within military post or base, depending on what branch it was. This allowed families to be able to reach out to one another. When a soldier was deployed, families were able to unite in ways they'd never been able to before. We were now together more than ever. In our current century, technology has been able to improve these conditions as well. Dependents are able to contact people from previous bases, and even from their own hometowns that they would normally have lost contact with. Because dependents have to follow the military. If their husband or spouses or fathers move, so do the dependents. The two sides of dependents are the civilian and the military side. Each come with their own responsibilities and also negativities that also come with it. For the civilian side, there's the public view. Often the public does not know what dependent is. Many times they think it's a part of the branch. They think it's somebody who served and maybe even a title. With technology and media today, we've been able to kind of see a little bit more into that world. TV shows like The Army Wives have depicted, the families on the community, on the base, and what that could mean. But unfortunately, like a lot of TV that shows a lot of cheating on your husband, kids going crazy, and a lot of negativity that doesn't necessarily come with being a dependent. It doesn't really show the average day-to-day life of who it is, of what makes a dependent. But with media increasing, over time that view might be able to become better. People might have a more realistic, less TV Hollywood kind of idea of what it is. People often see dependents as somebody who they have to worry about if a soldier's deployed or if there's even a wartime. Often the communities in the civilian world will pity them, show sympathy, which often just makes the dependents kind of back out. They're a part of the world that has to move, sometimes once a year, And that can be very difficult to form alliances, especially when they really can't hold jobs, because a lot of companies are not willing to hire dependents knowing that they're going to have to move in a year or so. And then there's the military side. The military side is what most people think of dependents most connected to, but they're really not. They have no access to wear the uniform, dog tags, VA benefits, any active duty benefits that their soldier will get. A dependent are not entitled to those. When they marry, they might be able to join together with their soldier benefits, but they have no benefits on their own. They have health care through their soldier. They have housing through their soldier, dental, health, all that comes through their soldier. Even their housing benefit for their house is through their soldier. Dependents have the responsibility to uphold the military, even when their soldier's away. Dependents are expected to show the honor, the dedication, and the strict ideas that come with the military. They are expected to follow the straight and narrow, the perfect line, to show the world what it really means to be a part of the military. People often show that, if a person supports the war and they're a dependent, that's a good thing. If they're against the war, maybe they're against their soldier. They're against the people who their soldier are dying for. And that can reflect poorly on the military and even affect their soldier. Their soldier can be denied promotion and be forced to come back from being deployed to take care of the family, to assist the problems at home. And this can be very problematic for the soldier when your boss and all the people around you worry about your own dedication to the military. In the end, people are never going to be able to fully understand what dependent is. They're always going to wonder what that really means. And the truth is, they're never going to understand until they step in those shoes. But through Together and through research, we can kind of get a closer look. We can start to see that dependents truly do so much for our country, but they do not get understood. Them having to take maybe even years of single support with their soldiers deployed, them having to make sure that children are raised, even younger siblings are taken care of, because their soldiers can sometimes be deployed up to 5 years. And sometimes there's no knowing of where they are. And they have to keep everything normal, keep the appearance that everything will always be okay, so their soldier will always be safe. And they always have that background knowledge that the soldier may never come home. Dependents should not be looked at with sympathy or pity, or feel like they chose the wrong end of the stick. Together we should stand as a country, united with our dependents and with our soldiers, to show them that together we're a community, military or civilian, and that there's no difficulties that we cannot face as a country. Because in the end, we all have effect towards our military, whether we're a dependent or not, and we can all do steps to make sure each of our lives are a little easier for the dependents and for the soldiers and for our own well-being. Thank you.